Parshas B'haalisecha. This week's Parsha, the beginning of the Parsha, only 3 psukim. Aaron is commanded to raise up the lights on the menorah. And we learn in Chassidus that raising up the lights on the menorah has a shaykhus to each and every Jew. The avodah of Aaron, the Kohen Gadol, refers to the avodah of each and every Yid in the world, each and every Yid across time. And that is that each and every Yid is to raise up the lights. What's the purpose of the menorah? What's the purpose of a Yid? Well, in order for us to grasp what that really is, in order for us to be able to put it into our hearts, in order for us to actually make a difference in the world, we have to understand what's a menorah, what's a lamp. Well, Shlomo HaMelech tells us, Ner Havaya Nishmas Adam, the candle of God, the soul of man. The Alter Rebbe looks at the lamp and says, what is a lamp? And how does this lamp teach us the avodah of a Yid? So we can look at the lamp and we can dissect it. What is it that's giving light? Obviously, it's the flame. So when we look at a lamp, the first thing that we see is the flame. The flame is illuminating. The flame is giving light and revealing everything in its Daled Amos. But that flame, look at the flame. What's the flame doing? It's flickering up. The flame is looking for a way to move in a direction, regardless of which way you hold the lamp. The flame always will look to go above. That's the flame. But if you look closer, you can see that it's not just a flame, but there's a wick. The flame is connected to the wick. And so you see now there is a wick. There is that little black piece of some material that is holding onto that flame. But that wick, without anything to sustain the flame, would immediately go poof out of existence. So what is giving that wick the ability to keep feeding the flame is the oil. So now you have 3 parts. You have the flame, you have the wick, and you have the oil that is nourishing the flame. The flame itself, this is that movement to try to move itself up out of the physical. That's why the flame is rising upwards. And if there would be no oil to sustain the flame would quickly rise above, disappear. So what is drawing that flame onto the wick? What's holding the flame onto the wick? It's the oil. So the oil is the aspect of the lamp that holds the flame here in this world. The flame itself longs to transcend the world. So the Alter Rebbe tells us this is man. Man's longing is to ascend above, to return the neshama back to its source. What holds the neshama in this world is the goof, the body, the physical body. The neshama is enclosed in the body as the flame is attached constantly to the wick. But what gives that flame its ability to keep giving light? It's the oil. Alter Rebbe tells us this is Torah and mitzvahs. Torah, this is the wisdom of the Eibishter. The mitzvahs, this is the rotzon of the Eibishter, the will of God. When a Yid immerses himself in Torah, learning Torah day and night, you can look and see what that really means for you. But when a Yid learns Torah constantly feeding his body with the energy to sustain the light that is the very essence of the Eibishter in Revelation, as a Yid moves through this world, attached to the oil, doing the mitzvahs, attached to the will of God, then a Yid automatically reveals light. This is the very nature of a Jew. There have been people who have lived in this world who had that immense desire to rise above and cling to the Eibishter above. But without Torah and mitzvahs, that rotzon to cleave to God, it's a flash. It happens and then it's gone. Because there is nothing to sustain that light. In order for a Yid, in order for God to have a way to reveal His light in the world, He needs a Yid. He needs you. He needs each and every Jew to learn Torah, to do the mitzvahs. By doing the mitzvahs, by sustaining that light, then that flash that happens periodically of wanting to rise above, this gives the inspiration for a Jew to be what he or she is supposed to be in this world, a light unto the nations of the world. That's what the Jew is to be. A Jew is not simply to walk around in this world animating his physical, looking after physical pleasures. It's enough we get them on Shabbos. Enjoy them. Enjoy the Shabbos and the pleasures that Shabbos gives. But that's not the purpose of a Yid, is to run around all the time looking for pleasures, looking to sustain the physical. God forbid. The purpose of a Yid is to illuminate the world. And how does a Jew illuminate the world? Just be you. Attached to Torah, doing mitzvahs. When a Yid, regardless of who he or she is, attaches himself or herself, learning Torah, doing mitzvahs, automatically the flame is alive. The flame is illuminating. You are a light unto the nations of the world. God bless. Devar Torahs are not just meant to inspire. Devar Torahs are meant to transform. To transform a Yid from following after the Nefesh HaBahamis to allowing the light of the Nefesh Elokis to reveal itself in thought, in speech, and in deed. God bless. Good Shabbos.